What's going on, guys? This is Matt from Airsoft, and I have our special guest.
Chris from Germany.
He's just from Germany, that's it. If you guys don't know, he's OP Airsoft on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. He's got some sick airsoft stuff going on there. But today, he's going to help me bring you guys a Honest Guys review of the NC Star VISM 1.1 to 4x power short dot scope.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we just recently got this scope in at Amped, and generally, as you know, we like to wait a while to do reviews on things because we don't want to just give you a crap review. We want to run the thing for a while, test it out, and give you guys an honest opinion, hence the title. Well, lucky on us, Chris here has been running this bad boy for over a year, so we get to jump the gun on this one, got it in, and we get to give you guys a review. So Chris, what were your initial thoughts, or like why did you buy this scope?
Because I looked for a really good scope, but also like I looked for a good price on it because I didn't want to buy a real steel scope. And then I saw the VISM, and like all the features are pretty great on it because I had scopes before that, but you had to like adjust them with tools, and the VISM is like a toolless adjustment for like all the reticle and everything like that, and that's pretty nice. So you can just adjust it on the field. You don't need a screwdriver or anything like that. So if you have like problems like overhopping or so or anything like that, you can just adjust it on the field. So
Yeah, so as he stated, this has toolless adjustments on it. So instead of needing like a flat head or like a quarter or something, your windage and elevation are done by these two dials here midway down. All you do is unlock them by lifting the dial, and then they're adjusting with very nice crisp clicks on it. And then you just press it down and it locks your adjustment in place. The other adjustment, you have your zoom function basically, which will take you from your 1.1, which is almost just standard vision, a very, very slight zoom to it, all the way to 4. Now that is basically the general short dot range, and is meant to be, you keep it at 1, run it on a just your red dot or X. This, by the way, has green and blue in it, which is kind of interesting because they call it a red dot.
yeah, that's the weird thing about it. But
Yeah, because yours is an older version and has 3 colors.
no, mine is also getting the blue and green. But the thing is, there's like it's better on nighttime to have it like on blue because the red is like too bright sometimes. So you just put it on blue, and it works pretty well. Like you can pick up the blue really good, especially in like wood environment or so, or like even in dark environment or like urban environment, because blue is not like a color you can see everywhere.
Yeah, blue basically falls off really quick, kind of similar to red. But like I said, it has the blue and green reticles in it. I don't know why they call it red dot. I think they just went after the title. You know, if people understand what a red dot is, even if it doesn't actually have a red dot. This has a standard just cross reticle in it, and it is pretty damn good on the eye relief. The eye relief, like, he was showing Kurt his VISM earlier when he got in, and Kurt was comparing it to his real short dot, his Trigicon, and the eye relief is pretty damn close.
Yeah, like, especially for airsofting, you don't always use your scopes, but with this one, the eye relief is pretty good because you don't have to, like, move your head the whole time. You can just, like, lay it on and just shoot. And that's, like, a really good factor about, because some airsoft scopes are pretty crappy about that.
Yeah, you either have to be like in it or like way away. This one has, especially for AR platforms, you mount this right on the top rail where it's supposed to be. You can just kind of like right there, and you have a clear sight picture. It's also pretty good for guys like Chris and I that wear like face protection, or if you wear fuller face protection, and you still, you know, cheek welds can be a little hard sometimes. This one, you know, you just get down on the stock and it's no problem.
Yeah, I've run it with a metal face mask and now my other paintball face mask, and I never had a problem with that, so it's good to go. Especially with those QD mounts, you can like take them off really quickly if you have like problems with them, if you run out of battery or so, you can just flip up your sides. Keep in mind, it doesn't come with a QD mount, so you have to purchase one. Mine is an NC Star one, and there's also a GMP one out there, or
Yes, actually, most of the brands that do that stuff do. Here at Amped, actually, if you go on our website, look this guy up, you can get this for $129.99 retail. Actually, a pretty good price considering you got your full setup for $200.
Yeah, for $200, but I also had like 45 degree, like for a 45-degree scope on it. So, yeah, but I don't need it. So
yeah. Because especially with the 1.1 power, you basically have that up close CQB mount, and then say you, kind of what I was trying to touch on a little bit ago, you know, say you're inside, you're up close, keep it on 1.1, and it's literally a red dot for you. And then if you go outside and you need something to spot, or if you're taking longer shots, all you do is flip it to 4 and you have a zoomed picture. Yeah.
Because I mostly run it on 1.1, and when I really have to like identification, like for if they're on my team or if there was our enemy, I just flick it on 4, and then it's just like really good.
Yeah, that's the main thing I utilize short dots for too. Is like if 4 power, you're especially on something with such crisp glass and eye relief, you're kind of maxing out unless you're running like a Wolverine Bolt or something crazy like hopped up. You're kind of running at the max of your BB's limit at the 4 power, at least on accuracy sake from where I'm coming from. So I use the 4, like he said, to spot, figure out what the hell's going on downrange at the field or something like that. But generally, if you keep it at 1, you're good to go on a lot of
especially
airsoft engagements, you could call it.
Especially when you compare it to like a fixed 4-time scope, it's like really useful because like with the 4-time you're fixed. You always have that 4-time, and then maybe add a red dot on top. But that's also really weird because you can't really cheek it.
Yeah.
So
that's just meant for like the oh shit they're close kind of thing.
And the weight as well is like pretty good. It's not like super heavy.
These are surprisingly light. Even without the mount, you're only looking at 16 ounces for this entire thing, and there are some big chunks of glass, especially in your back element here.
And the field of view is also pretty good. Like you have a really big field of view, and that's also pretty important.
Yeah, like I was saying, you can get this guy for $130, and for $40 more, you can get this GK Tactical QD mount that we also sell as a package. You don't even have to go to a different product page. You can literally select to buy this, and this is actually an add-on option. And this comes with a double mounts in it, so you can either mount a 25 millimeter or a 30 millimeter scope into this mount, and you're good to go. And like Chris has mounted on his, this also has QD mounts on it, so if you, for some reason you just don't want to run it, batteries die, anything of that nature, you can just pop it right off and you're good to go.
Yeah, and like the crosshairs are also like pretty sharp, and like when you turn on the illumination there, it's also pretty good because some airsoft scopes, then you can see like the whole tube because they're too bright.
Yeah.
But that got like 5 settings on it.
Yeah, 5 settings per color.
Yeah, that's pretty good as well. And I've run that scope on like several guns, not just on HPA guns or AGs. I run it on a Tipman, so like 20,000 rounds through it, and it hold up pretty good. And the Tipman is like a destroyer of scopes.
Yeah, if any of you know, the Tipman breaks most airsoft things you put on it.
I put it on my GBBR. It held up pretty good as well. And yeah, when it holds up to the Tipman, it holds up to like nearly every airsoft gun, I think. Yeah. So.
And per VISM NC Star, this thing is water, shock, and fog proof. So I mean, it's gonna stand up to the abuse you put it through. So you're not gonna get moisture leaks inside and get like your edges fogged or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't say go swimming with this thing, but if you're out at a game and you got this on your Tipman and it's pouring down rain, I think you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
Cover-wise, it doesn't come with flip-up covers. It does come with the banded cover that fits on only one way because both ends are different sizes. But that has a somewhat decent plastic mounting in there. I wouldn't expect these to stand up to too many hits.
Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2, but I wouldn't put them on because they can also like change your crosshairs a little bit. So I had like a Lexane on it. Yeah. And I had like 2 crosshairs because it was mirroring it. So when I turned on the illumination, and that was pretty big, like a major gripe I had. But it's not about the scope, it's more about the Lexane. So keep that in mind when you like, throw something on like that. It's not the scope, it's the Lexane who's like mirroring it.
Yeah, the scope, again, this thing is crisp. It has the glass etched reticle inside of it, so it's just very clear and crisp inside the glass. like I said, you can get Lexan covers mounted to it or in front of it, or you can even get the little shields that mount on your rail if you're really worried about it. I wouldn't be, honestly. I've never ran covers in front of mine because it's the size of like a T1. If somebody hits that, they're aiming at your head or something. Like, whew.
Like, maybe I wouldn't run it in CQB environment.
Mm-hmm.
But for that, it's not the real scope for it.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you need some time when you bring it up. You need to like some time to like get used to it and everything. Like if you put some training into it, you can get it really fast.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't run it in CQB environment.
Yeah, it would depend obviously on the situation. Like I said, generally I have ran mine for events and games where there is a much longer distance between each other when you need it more as a spotting scope more than anything. But like I said, it's kind of rare that we get something in pretty new at the shop and we get to fire a review off to you guys that quick. So again, we can thank Chris for coming all the way to Germany only to give us this review. Yeah. That's it. He's leaving now. Just kidding, guys. He's probably going to be hopping in a lot of videos with us just to help us out. He's just there to hang out. If you happen to come by, actually in a couple of days from when this video posts, the swap meet's going to be going on. He'll be hanging out there. Yep. He's going to be heading up like Steel City, Battlegrounds, a lot of the local fields, TRP and stuff like that.
And as well, Operation Lockdown at the end of the month.
MSATO. He's going to be hitting that up. So let's round her out. Chris, on the VISM short dot, would you give her a go, sorta, or a no buy?
I will definitely give it a go.
A go? I think he does.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. He's doing it. Alrighty, guys. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely buy it. Only thing that confuses me is that I have one that has blue, green, and red. I just don't know why they didn't put it on this one, and then they wrote red dot on it. Other than that, I like the flip-up covers that are the full ones that cover it when you're storing it, or you just don't want these the glass to be exposed.
Yeah, but it's shock resistant, so I don't
that stuff's completely fine. The only thing, if you're really worried about it, is you might want to look at getting a kill flash. By the way, the front end element is threaded. I don't know the threading off the top of my head. It might be in your packaging. By the way, the packaging
is pretty
swag.
Superb. Yeah, like it comes in that case. It's like foam case, so
foam and nylon case, zippered.
It's like super legit.
So, like I said, you guys can pick these up direct from our website. Drop-down option to get the mount if you don't already have one. It's the perfect airsoft scope, I think.
Yeah.
Dare I say. I'm sure other people have options, but I think this one, for how much you pay for this plus a mount, being waterproof, shock, and fog-proof, plus just how clear it is, I think that's a pretty damn good steal. So, alrighty, guys. Like I said, I'll give it a 9.5. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. He gave it a perfect, but, he's just going to give perfect everything. He already has one.
Besides Flecktarn.
German kid hates Flecktarn. What does that even mean? I don't know. Alright, guys, so thanks for stopping in for this Honest Guys review. Make sure to comment below. Let us know what else you guys want us to review in the future, whether it's something we carry that we haven't talked too much about, or something we can try and get in, some piece of Gucci gear we have, or like a beginner's pistol, anything. Just let us know. We'll try and do our best to get you guys content and just the random dumb stuff that we do throughout videos, because apparently that's still entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the life I live. It's crazy. But check us on Instagram, Snapchat, MySpace, and Facebook. One of those isn't real. I'll let you figure it out. Make sure to stop by for the next video, and we'll see you then. Peace.
See ya.